Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Explore the World. In this latest video we talk about Russia-Ukraine war. The Russia-Ukraine war is one of the most significant conflicts of the 21st century, reshaping global politics, security, and international relations. It began on February 24, 2022, when Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. However, the roots of the conflict go much deeper, tracing back to history, geopolitics, and cultural divisions. To understand the war, we must look at Ukraine's independence in 1991, following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Since then, Ukraine has balanced between Russian influence and aspirations to join Western institutions like the European Union and NATO. Russia, under President Vladimir Putin, has long opposed Ukraine's westward shift, seeing it as a threat to its security and regional dominance. The conflict escalated in 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea after protests in Kiev toppled a pro-Russian government. Around the same time, fighting erupted in eastern Ukraine's Donbas region, where Russian-backed separatists declared independence. For years, the situation remained a frozen conflict, with occasional clashes but no large-scale escalation until 2022. When Russia launched its invasion, its stated goals were to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine, but in reality, it sought to overthrow the government in Kiev and bring Ukraine back under Moscow's control. The attack shocked the world, sparking the largest European war since World War II. Ukraine, under President Volodymyr Zelensky, resisted fiercely. Cities like Kiev, Kharkiv, and Mariupol became symbols of Ukrainian resilience. Western nations quickly rallied behind Ukraine, sending billions in military aid, economic assistance, and imposing unprecedented sanctions on Russia. NATO strengthened its eastern defenses, while countries like Sweden and Finland abandoned neutrality and sought alliance membership. The war has had devastating human consequences. Thousands of soldiers and civilians have died, millions of Ukrainians have been displaced, and entire cities have been destroyed. Infrastructure such as energy grids, schools, and hospitals have been targeted, leaving Ukraine in a humanitarian crisis. Globally, the war has disrupted food and energy supplies. Ukraine, known as the breadbasket of Europe, struggled to export grain, causing shortages in Africa and Asia. Meanwhile, Europe faced an energy crisis as Russian gas supplies dwindled, accelerating the shift toward renewable energy and alternative partners. On the battlefield, the war has seen dramatic shifts. Russia initially failed to capture Kiev and was forced to withdraw from northern Ukraine. Later, Ukraine launched counter-offensives, regaining territory in Kherson and Kharkiv regions. However, Russia dug in across eastern and southern Ukraine, leading to a grinding war of attrition. The future of the conflict remains uncertain. Peace talks have failed, as both sides hold firm positions. Ukraine demands the restoration of its territorial integrity, while Russia refuses to surrender Crimea and other occupied areas. Internationally, the war has deepened divides between the West and countries aligned with Moscow, such as China and Iran. In conclusion, the Russia-Ukraine war is not just a regional dispute, it is a defining struggle over sovereignty, democracy, and the global balance of power. Its outcome will shape Europe, and perhaps the world, for decades to come.